Hey guys, it's Jake with the NSB Woodsman channel, and today I am going to be demonstrating how I made a Kayak Anchor Float. Stay tuned.
I don't wanna sit in a get with you, baby, tonight. I don't wanna love, I don't wanna fight.
Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to need for this project is a 1-inch piece of PVC, a drill with some drill bits, a carabiner, a hacksaw, a pool float, and a bungee cord, one of these ones that has the ball at the end and is connected to it, and of course your anchor and line. That loose line is no good. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to figure out how much of that PVC pipe we need. So I'm going to take the bungee and measure longer than the bungee by about 1.5 inches. I got it marked with my finger approximately. I'm going to take the hacksaw and I'm going to put a mark on it. I'm going to double check one more time. Go a little bit longer, and I'm just going to mark that real quick with this hacksaw. As you can see in this shot, there is a mark there, so I'll know where to cut when I take this outside. So here I am outside, and I'm going to find that mark. There it is. I'm going to take my hacksaw, and I'm going to start sawing. This should take no time at all. You just start plugging away there, and should be good to... Oh, we'll fix that real quick. Yeah, get that all fixed back up, and we'll give that another shot here. Should take no time at all. Just start sawing away, and that's what you get for buying a dollar store hacksaw. But third time's the charm. Give it a shot. Think I finally get the hang of it. Just take it a little bit at a time, and I'll speed this up for you so you don't have to watch the painstaking sawing action. But eventually I do get through it. Clean it up a little bit. The next thing I do is I cut 2 notches basically in the top of the PVC pipe. You can see here there's 2 little notches, and I'm going to essentially remove that tab.
Case in point, look what happens when you don't have a nice, neat anchor line.
Alright, so either find some pliers that you can grab hold of that thing and work it back and forth until you can bend it, and then maybe saw out those tabs. I couldn't find any pliers that were thin enough. I've got about 18 different sets of pliers that would work, but I couldn't find any of them. Go figure. So instead, I'm using some wire cutters to just try and grip and bend that tab out of there. And what I eventually decide on doing is just take those wire cutters and cut them out. Not ideal, but did the job. So I kind of bend them, and then I just take those and decide to just cut them off. And here in this great camera angle, you can see me using my knife to kind of clean up those edges a little bit. And the next thing I do is I go and I grab a file, a circle file, and just kind of clean those up just a little bit more. Doesn't need to be perfect here, and actually a little bit of grip's probably a good thing, but I just didn't want them looking so junky. Yeah, good enough. There you go. Alright, so now that the notches are cut, I'm going to grab Baby Woodsman there. She's going to help out. I'm going to take the bungee, and I want the ball to be sitting on that side. So I'm going to take my anchor line and I'm going to thread it through the PVC so that I can pull that bungee cord up through the pipe. Don't listen to me here. I put it through there and then I decide, wait, nope, that's backwards. I'm trying to pull it the other way. So you're going to put the rope in through the opposite end from where the notches are cut. That gives you a tag end down where you can put the rope through the loop of the bungee and pull it through. That's all we're trying to attempt here. So I just do that, and then I thread the rope back through the PVC. I can grab both ends then and pull that bungee through. There's the ball sitting up on top of the notched side. And you can see here that the bungee will pull through the opposite side of the PVC. And on that side is where we are going to clip our carabiner. And once we have the carabiner on there, we can remove the tag end of the rope that we used to pull the bungee through. This is essentially how that bungee is going to stay inside of the PVC. And I'll show you why I do it like this in just a few minutes. What I'm going to essentially do is use that ball to hold the cord in place. Now I figured out that there's not going to be enough tension when it's connected to the kayak to hold that rope in place. So what I'll probably end up doing is when I find the right depth, I'll just make a quick slip knot, wrap it around that ball, and then tighten it down a little bit, and then set it in the notch. And that will hopefully help me in keeping my anchor attached to my boat. Next thing I'm going to do is find an appropriate drill bit for the thickness of the rope. That looks close enough. And in the middle of the PVC, I'm going to drill a hole just on one side. Don't drill all the way through, just drill one half of the pipe. So I just drill a quick hole. That's all you need. As you can see, I removed the bungee first and then drilled the hole. And then I reattached the bungee. And you can see I also, before I reattached the bungee, I slid on the pool noodle pieces. That was very easy to do. Yes, it's very heavy, as you can tell. Now that we're through that piece, I tied a bowline and attached it to the bungee on the inside. And the reason I did this is I wanted to, if need be, I wanted to be able to take this whole thing apart. And I wanted to, if I wanted to save the anchor line, I didn't want to have to tie like an overhand knot in there, and the only way to get it out would be to cut it or to work it back through. This way it would be easy to get the anchor line unattached if need be. So inside of this is essentially a knot and a bowline that I can remove if need be. So I just start wrapping the anchor line around the center of the PVC, and at the beginning I try and keep it nice and orderly. There's 30 feet of line apparently, and if you want to keep it all nice, neat, and seated, it can take a few minutes. So eventually towards the end I just kind of wrap it around, and you can see all nice and neat. There it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave comments at the bottom of this video. I appreciate your support. This has been Jake with the NSB Woodsman channel. Take it easy.